of why Clinton wasn't able to meet with the children. Well, two former presidential candidates made the rounds this past week in the Grand Estate, but they weren't here to make new bids for the White House. John Huntsman and Joe Lieberman shaking hands with a lunchtime crowd at the Puritan back room in Manchester. The one-time Republican governor of Utah and U.S. ambassador to China, and the former Democratic senator from Connecticut, both veterans of the presidential campaign trail. But this time, the one-time White House contenders are in New Hampshire to try and bridge the divide between the two major parties. The co-chairman of the bipartisan group, No Labels, sat down with us.
No Labels started as a reaction to all the dysfunction and partisanship in Washington. Basic idea, no labels. Don't make the label Democrat, Republican the most important thing to you in what you do when you're in Congress or the White House. The most important thing is what's good for America and what's good for your constituents. And we built it up over the years. There's now a No Labels Problem Solvers Caucus in the House of Representatives. More than 100 members, pretty much evenly divided between the parties. And this year we're taking it into the presidential race, focused on New Hampshire, first in the nation primary, also significant because there's so many undeclared or independent voters here who can participate in the primaries. We're trying to create some counter pressure in the primary, where there's pressure on the candidates to appeal only to the base of each party, and that makes it harder for them to be uniters and get something done when they get elected. And we're saying, here's a commitment we want you to make. In the first 30 days, if you're elected president, you're going to call in the bipartisan leadership of Congress. You're going to commit to one of 4 goals that came out of polling around the country, and you're going to try to then negotiate how you're going to reach those goals. So far, so good. I mean, we think we're going to get a big crowd of New Hampshire citizens, mostly undeclared voters, but not all. And we're confident, we'll announce it probably next week, that we're going to get a very good percentage of the candidates, Republican and Democrat, for President of the United States to come to our Problem Solvers Convention in Manchester, New Hampshire on October 12th.
The American people expect and deserve a government that functions and produces results. And it's been a very long time since we've seen any points on the board. That's where we come in handy. Our goal is basically, as Joe stated, to take the anger, the acrimony, the poison out of politics and to transition it to problem solving. Now, some say, well, that's an impossible task. Well, maybe some aspects are hard, but it's not impossible because our government has traditionally functioned this way. We set goals, Republicans and Democrats. We take our respective pathways toward those goals. We balanced our budget before in recent history. Gingrich, Speaker of the House, Clinton as president. We reformed taxes, reformed Social Security under Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan. This can be done. It's just been a long time because of the poisonous environment. So, as Joe stated, this is the counter pressure that we're bringing into the political system.
Well, up next, the winners and losers of the week.
That sound, like nails on a chalkboard.